Hi Cancer, I hope that you're all doing well. We are here with a timeless reading. The first card that we have out is Ace of Pentacles, and we also have Nine of Cups. I almost said Six of Cups. With Ace of Pentacles and Nine of Cups, this can be something materializing that holds a lot of importance to you. It can hold a lot of meaning to you in a deep way. This would not be superficial. This would be something that really at the core of your being, this would hold importance for you. I'm also seeing Seven of Pentacles and I'm seeing Ten of Pentacles, which can mean that something that you've invested in has, the results of that have come in. And it can be something substantial. That being said, I'm also seeing the Devil and I'm seeing Three of Swords. Okay, so something tricky popping up. This can be something challenging. It can feel like it tests your strength a bit. I feel like it's something that's there that kind of hurts, but it almost feels like it's contained. Like, it doesn't feel like it's like spreading anywhere else. It almost feels like something that it's not going to spread any further, but it's still like where it is kind of an issue, is the feeling that I get from this. What it means to you to be strong, your idea of that can be something that's changing. It can be like the ways that you do things connected with your willpower. There can even be something where you feel like maybe you felt like the best thing to do was like possibly even to keep holding on to something here. Now you may be seeing that strength means something else to you. There's definitely going to be a letting go. But it can be of letting go of control. It can be letting go of what doesn't fit, what doesn't belong. Like before, maybe you thought controlling a situation was the strong thing to do. Now it can be letting things play out. That's what you can be getting to this point of. I feel like there's just stuff in general here that's being challenged. When we have the Devil and the Three of Swords, it can be something that we feel very enamored by in some ways. Not really on a soul level, but our ego will feel that way. Having Three of Swords can show that it's like actively bringing up pain for you. There's suffering that's involved in holding on to this. And then having strength there can be, well, I used to think that it was holding on to this painful thing and not letting it go. That was the strong thing. And maybe you're getting this idea that it can be actually about letting go. And maybe this is too about recognizing the difference between what you may be seduced into thinking that you want versus what you feel you want on a deeper level, what feels like it resonates with you on the deepest level. And there can be something here where maybe a choice has to be made, but it can feel like no matter what you do, it may feel like it's going to be a painful choice. I think because this feels like the ball is already rolling. But that can also be creating the space for you to let go as well, and that being part of this. Yeah, I get this sentiment again with Devil, Three of Swords, Strength, and the Hanged Man. I feel like there was a way of seeing things before where you could have said to yourself, the difficult thing to do and the thing that really shows me being strong here is to put up with this. It's to deal with this. It's to keep holding on to this and not let it go. And it feels like something is happening where there's a deeper awareness that's being gained, that's having you see that the thing that is connected more with your strength and honoring yourself is by letting go. But this can be something that you clearly feel very, very attached to. At the same time, you can feel like it's bleeding into what you want for yourself on a deeper level, and it's not allowing for that. But it can be something that you feel very attached to, and so there can be a difficulty in releasing this because you can feel like it has a hold on you. I'm seeing Leo here, and I'm also seeing Capricorn and Neptune. And I think too that there's something happening about seeing the deeper point of this, because you can be telling yourself that there's something that this cultivates within your life that maybe you feel like is a cornerstone of something important. And I feel like upon some deeper inspection, that may not hold true anymore. But because of the way that we feel attached to things, it can make it difficult for us to, I think, be willing to see that at times. And it can be something that just feels maybe too painful to confront at the same time. I'm seeing you definitely be able to do that. I think it's just a matter of you believing that. And I think that that's what's going to persuade things either way. If you believe that this is something that you can address and work through, then it will be something that you can address and work through. But if you don't believe that, I don't even see this being attempted. This feels like these are just my circumstances and I'm stuck within this and this is all I got, when like that's not the reality. If you believe in something else, it's only like basically what's going to happen is it's just going to confirm your beliefs given this situation. So if you're going to believe that you can address this and move through it, that's exactly what's going to happen. If you believe otherwise, that's exactly what's going to happen. So it's going to be one of those like self-fulfilling prophecies for sure. So you do have that control. I'm seeing there be a feeling of being stuck, connected with future. So that can also be something that's going on, that can be somewhere where your mind is as well. In the present moment, having Ace of Pentacles and having the Devil, I feel like there's something that you're very aware of, and it can, again, be something where you're like, if there were a way for me to completely separate myself from this, like just right now in this moment instantaneously, I do feel like that's what would be done. At the same time, it can be a much more complicated situation and maybe a much more complicated process than that. And so because of this, it can be something that makes it difficult. You can also feel like this is stopping you, like not allowing you to have the connection that you want on a deeper level. So it's like actually getting in the way of you having that. I think that this also brings up pain associated with like what you actually want versus what you think you want, and that being sorted out too. As I said before about taking a look at things on a deeper level, looking a little bit more closely, I feel like something that before you could have looked at and felt like it was the most valuable thing in the world, you take a closer look at it and it ends up appearing a bit differently. But there's gonna have to be an inspection if that's the case, because there can be a real attachment to something saying like, this is what's most important to me, and that upon more deep inspection, it may kind of look like that, but it may not actually be in this scenario. It may be actually keeping you from what that is on a deeper level for you. And it may be something that looks very similar, but isn't. So I'm seeing stuff having to do with the future. I'm seeing there be something that's going on where it can feel like overwhelming thinking about that, and there can be feelings about being stuck, sort of thinking about the progressive nature of things, where things possibly could go, what distance maybe would have to be covered as well. And then there can be this thinking feeling, there can be a feeling that comes over you that maybe feels kind of disconnected from what's going on, and it can be hard to make that connection. And at the end of the day, this feels like there really is a desire for there to be a sense of stability and harmony. And I feel like taking a closer look at this is going to give you answers that you need. Because it can be something that's not fully being seen. Like maybe you're thinking, if I make a choice, maybe this is going to make things unstable, but then later down the line, things are going to be much more stable long term for you, versus not addressing something now and then it always stays kind of off. So there can be something that has to do with like long-term, short-term, now, future, and maybe decisions that are being made in a more nearsighted way, just because it feels like this would be something really, I think, powerful to be addressing. Like this is a lot of heavy energy that I'm seeing here, and so there can be a part of you that is like, well, there will be suffering immediately if I do something about this, and there can be a part of you that may like want to avoid it, which just like further feeds into like keeping this going. But it feels like even if you're keeping this going, and you can say you're avoiding certain pain, I feel like it already is like radiating some type of pain within your life. It's already doing that. So it feels like by addressing it, it may be a bigger feeling of that, but then it's sort of cut out and then it's not there anymore. So you can remove this completely. But I think it's that thought about what that will be like to remove it, and maybe the feelings of hesitance around that because of what that would mean immediately, but then feeling like things would be much better off long term, and that it would give you a chance that you may not have now if things were to remain like this. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I am sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.